Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do a video on, this was actually requested from a subscriber. Her name is myownIDENTITY. She had requested this video, so we're going to go ahead and do that today. I will link her.
Definitely check out her channel.
Definitely check out her
amazing.
video, yes. We're going to link it down in the description below, and make sure you check out her video. Guys, so today's video, as you can see, I have my lovely wife here. This video is going to be centered around communication and how it is to get your spouse on board with your financing and saving and paying off debt and all that good stuff. So before we get into the video, we're going to look back at like how things were like probably like good 10 years ago.
Yeah.
We never had a budget. We didn't care anything in the world. We were always buying each other things, and you know, we would always just have our checks deposited, and we would just go to a grocery store, buy whatever we wanted, and never stuck to a budget.
We pretty much lived in the moment. Like if we wanted it, we got it. Yeah. We didn't think about what are we gonna do in 5 years, and we knew we wanted children, but we never really sat down and had that conversation. Like, should we save money? Yeah. Should we, you know, what should we think about? It was like, okay, I'm gonna go to Walmart and go grocery shopping. No grocery list, no plan of meals, no idea what to get.
And I never asked either, like, oh, how much did you spend? Because we knew the money was in there. We didn't really care, to be honest with you, at the time.
And we were both, I was working full time. I had a very good job.
Yes.
He was, you know, always working.
Yes.
But, yeah, it's just, it was like a free-for-all. It was like, oh, we're paid. How are we going to spend all this money? It wasn't like, you know.
It just wasn't good. And of course, you always look back on it and you're like, how dumb was that?
Yeah, and let me tell you, especially when I worked, I had a very good income. I mean, Anthony's always the breadwinner of the family, but I had a really good job where I had, you know, good money coming in, and it was like we treated it as almost like play money. Like, what are we going to buy? Or how about, this is the worst thing that we used to be with our taxes. Like, we'd get our income tax check back, and it was like, what are we gonna do with it? Yeah. What are we gonna spend? What are we gonna buy?
Where are we gonna go?
Where are we gonna go? It was never like, let's save it, which is the feeling now.
Oh yeah. But once you look back and you know, sometimes it takes a while. You know, you kind of grow up, and then you just start realizing like how dumb it was. It's like, oh my goodness, if we would have just been saving that years ago, you know, where we would be at now, you know.
And that's what they say, like, if you're young out there, and we're all young at heart, but if you're young, it's the smartest thing to do, and that's why we're trying to like push it into our children. I mean, they're so young, but just to realize that, hey, going to the grocery store, look what mom bought for, you know, $50, $60. This is what we got. And then they realize how quick they're eating it, and it's gone. And little things like that, or if they want a toy, it's like, how much is it? Well, you got to save your money. It's going to take you this long to save for it. Just little things like that.
Okay, so the first key that we're going to talk about is communication. You know, it's really something that everyone should talk about, especially if you're married. If you're not married, well, you know, you can talk to your dog about it. That's fine. But you know, if you're married, it's very, very important.
Or if you're in a relationship, or money, that's probably even more important, because you're getting to know. You can find out how somebody is with money before you marry them, because that could be a huge
that could be a huge thing.
Problems.
But you know, you have to communicate. You know, whether it's like, you know, oh, I need to get a purse this month. You need to be able to talk and be like, well, you know what? Why don't you just wait till next month and see what happens, you know, as far as, you know, if you get a little extra money, or if you saved a little extra money.
And don't be afraid to ask, and don't lie.
Yeah.
Like, don't lie. Don't say you're gonna get a purse for $30, $40 and then buy one for $100.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna, it's gonna be hard in the beginning, because you know, years ago I used to go shopping all the time and buy my, I mean, when we were dating, it's like if we were going out on a date, it was like that day I would be buying a new outfit, new everything, clothes, shoes, the whole kit and caboodle.
And I'm still just as guilty with things, because like I'll buy like a bag or something like that, and it comes to the door or whatever, and she's, you know, of course I'll open it and be like, what is this all about, you know?
But it's for work.
It's for me.
His stuff is for work. So work does have, you know, work is important. He works very hard.
I always blame it on work. I always blame it on work. But definitely don't lie. Don't just go out and buy it, even though, you know, your spouse disagreed about getting it at the time.
Right,
but,
and don't use like credit cards behind your back thinking that the bills won't come in and someone won't find out, because that can really, I mean, we've never had that issue.
No.
Thank God.
Thank God we didn't.
But that could be a huge problem in a relationship, in a marriage, and you definitely just don't want that for sure.
And another key point is don't nag your spouse. Whatever you do, do not nag, because that's going to lead to all kinds of arguments and things like that. Just if they want to purchase something and you feel, you know, if the other person doesn't feel like it's something that you guys need to get right now, you know, just give it time. You know, don't rush into getting it right away, and you know, just don't nag about it. You got any other point on that one?
We don't nag. Like, I don't think there's anything that I've ever really wanted that I haven't gotten because I haven't like spent money, especially now. Like, I mean, when I go to the store, he's like, just go to Target, get whatever you want.
Yeah, just
he
get what
doesn't
you
even
need.
put a boundary because he knows I'm not, number one, I'm not going to abuse it.
Yeah.
And I don't really buy myself stuff regularly, but I think like the best thing is be like concerning, like, okay, if he wants, you know, something.
Right.
And it's not right, just be like, you know what, it's not right now. Maybe we can work more. Maybe we can do something. Maybe we'll get it next month. Instead of just being like, no, there's no money. We don't, you know, because that negativity really plays a part on how you continue saving each month. Because if he's going to be negative and be like, we're never going to have money, you know, if we went through that, we wouldn't be to the point where we are now, where we're at a good place where we can go to the store and not worry about money, or if something breaks in the house, we don't have to have really high anxiety, like, how are we going to pay for this?
Yes, because like early on, like I would be like the kind of person, and she'd be like, nah, well, why don't you just wait? And be like, well, you know what, I'm just gonna get it anyways.
Well, okay, well, his thing was, what was your thing? Cars.
Oh my goodness,
he always
yes,
felt
that was
like,
the worst thing.
okay, we would get like so close to being paid on a car, and he'd feel like, oh, we need a new car.
Yeah.
You know, and my whole thing is, I don't care what I'm driving, if it's reliable and it's not falling apart. I mean, I grew up with there's 6 kids in our family, including me. So 4 sisters and a brother. My dad was a truck driver. He didn't make a lot of money. We didn't get spoiled with things, so we learned. I think a lot of that too is your upbringing. If you are given a lot, you kind of grow up with that. And that's why we don't give our kids a lot of things, you know. They have everything they need, love most importantly.
Yes, which they definitely do get a lot of that. I don't care what they say. But
yes, I mean we love them to death.
Absolutely.
But I didn't grow up with that stuff, so like for him, it was like that was one of our struggles very early on, because now it's like our cars are paid. We will never go through that again. But it was like every time we would get close to like, okay, we'd be out of a car payment. It was like in 3 months, oh, let's go test drive whatever.
Yeah.
And to me, it's like, why?
A lot of it was just me being bored of the same, you know, it's like almost like I needed something different, you know, which obviously wasn't smart.
No, it wasn't
but
smart.
you live and learn.
But we learned, and we finally hit that hurdle, and he's amazing with it. So everybody goes through. Nobody's perfect.
No.
That's the thing. No, I'm not perfect. He's not perfect. We're not perfect. Nope. We've been through it all. You know, it just takes time. But nagging is not going to give you that positive feeling, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. If anything, it gets them more upset.
Yeah, it just ruins the whole thing.
Okay, and another thing is definitely set time to talk. You have to talk. You don't talk, it's not going to work. Nothing's ever going to work. I mean, you have to talk. I don't know why she's laughing at me.
We love to talk. I think that's one odd thing is we talk all the time.
Yes. I mean, before, I would never, you know, she would always be like, oh, let's talk. I'm like, why? What are you talking about?
Yeah, like we didn't talk.
No, but yeah. But like just to sit down and have a conversation. But now we talk a lot of just general things that we have going on in our life, you know, money, kids with school, just, you know, work stuff, all kinds of stuff.
Goals, what we want
to achieve.
If we win the lottery, what are we going to do? We don't even play the lottery. But I mean, we just talk and share about like things that we would like to see in our future.
Absolutely, absolutely. But what we like to do is we always wait until the kids are off to school because that's really quiet time for us. And we'll talk and just have a cup of coffee, or we'll go for a nice little drive and get some, we'll treat ourselves to a cup of coffee.
Or when the weather's nice, go for a walk.
Or we go for a walk, and we just talk. Like, we want to, we just talk about like what our goals are. Where do we want to be by next year? Where do we want to be in the next 5 years? Just, I mean, I know life throws us curveballs all the time, and you just can't avoid that. But, we try to prepare ourselves as much as we possibly can. But you definitely have to talk. You have to talk. If people are out there and, the spouse or their partners, whatever, can't communicate with each other, just give it time. Just give it time and just say, hey, let's talk about where we want to be in the next couple of years. If they have the poor attitude of, I don't want to talk about it, just give them time. Yeah, just give them time. And explain why you want to talk and why you guys should talk about where you guys want to be in the next few, couple years or later in life, or when you retire. You want to be able to talk about those things because it's definitely something to look forward to. You want to be able to have a great, healthy life together later on. I mean, obviously, you guys married each other, so, but...
And I think with kids, an important thing is not to talk in front of them about money.
Yeah.
Any negative things that are going on, whether it's, you want to... and this is just with us. We try and, like, shield that from them. And we don't have any bad discussions with money, so that's a good thing. But even with work, if he's feeling stressed out, not to really bring it out with the kids, because I never knew that growing up. Like, I'm sure there was money struggles. Like I said, my dad was the only one working.
And my father was the same way.
And his father. So I know... We know money was tight, but I never felt that, so I always had that happy feeling. So I think that's important to find time where if you have children to kind of not be around them and just be a one-on-one time with your partner and, do it on a regular basis. It doesn't have to be every day. We do it every day because it's just part of our life.
It's just something that we actually really enjoy talking about now. We really do.
He does. He likes to talk to me.
It's very motivating as well. Like when you see later on, like, oh, we can have this much. We can be able to buy these things. You feed off of each other's excitement.
Like, he'll get excited, and I'll be like, yeah, that's right. And then I'm excited, and that's where that positive versus nagging negative. So you're on a good path.
And the last thing, just take it step by step. Don't feel like oh, we have to start doing this right this second. Take time. Build that good relationship with your partner. That communication relationship with each other. And the best thing is
he's so cute.
I know. I'm just so adorable.
He's adorable.
No, but honestly, go for those nice walks. If your partner don't want to talk about money, just give it time. Just go for those walks, slowly start talking about it, and then before you know it, because we were the same way. We never wanted to talk.
I think we were afraid. I think we didn't know what we could do. We kind of felt like we would just be like, I don't think we were check to check.
Sick to our stomach.
Yeah, but just like, we would work so hard and we'd be like, where is what we're working for? Where is it showing? Like, we have things, but then we realize that things aren't everything. That, there's more important. So I think once you start seeing that in little steps, whether it's, I know people will say, I never used coupons before. 10 years ago, I never used coupons.
No.
Never. I just felt like I don't have the time. It was too much. And then now, like, if I go to the store and I know there's something with a coupon, I won't even buy it. I'll be like, nope, we'll get it next time when I have my coupon with me, because it's like, that's something that you can truly save money on right away.
Absolutely.
Or, just little steps that you do, cutting back on things. What can you cut back on? If you go out to eat every week, break it down to like, every 2 weeks.
Right.
And then you'll break it. Once you see you can do that, you're going to say, oh my gosh, I can do this now. So then you do it, once a month or things like that. I think that's what, sometimes if we think like, oh, maybe we'll go out for lunch, then we're like, okay, that's going to be like $20, $25.
Right.
Let's just scrap it.
Let's just scrap it.
You know, because you think of it like $25 times 4 times a month, it's $100 right there in like a salad or a sandwich or soup. I mean, nothing basically. So
God knows I'm not eating a salad.
Yeah, he's not a salad eater. So when you start with little ways, I think they build up to bigger ways. And that's when the bigger things come in and you really start seeing what's happening, like it's an eye opener, and it's almost like a relief off your chest. You know, it's like a freeing, like a hallelujah moment almost, you know, and then you become more involved, and then you can pull your spouse in more. And if they're not on board right away, that's okay.
It's okay.
You know,
give it time.
Little by little, give it time. But if you're communicating and eventually you're not getting to some equal kind of a point, then there may be some further issues, whether there's, you know, someone's overspending too much, or that, and then you need to tackle that in a different way. But definitely, you know, taking it step by step is important. Don't try and become, you know, super money savers. Right.
You know, it's like going on a strict diet right away. You're gonna shock your body. It's not gonna work.
Right.
It won't work. Trust me. Okay, guys. So, well, thanks for watching the video. I hope you guys find this useful in talking with your spouse about communicating and everything else with money. I'm going to be continuously doing these videos, different videos of how you guys can save money, what's the best way to budget, you know, things like that. Anything that has to do with money. By all means, I'm not an expert, but this is something that we found that kind of really works well for us right now. And I would like to thank all of you for subscribing and actually checking out these videos. I'm actually really super excited about actually, you know, watching the subscribers go. You know, the numbers keep going up and stuff like that. So it's actually really exciting.
And he loves the comments. I don't know how many times I've seen him on his phone in the last couple of days. So if you have like suggestions for him,
please comment.
Videos, please let him know. He's got a notepad. He's writing notes down. So even like My Own Identity, who is a, you know, again, amazing channel. Check it out. He'll link it below. You know, she suggested this video, so thank you so much. And I think this was a terrific suggestion. So
absolutely.
Any suggestions,
especially to start, it's a really big deal. So until the next video, you guys have a wonderful day.
Bye bye. Thanks for watching.